And as we've been reporting this morning, police are asking the public for help finding the person who shot and killed a 12-year-old little boy named Damian Green in Englewood. It happened near Low and Marquette around 6:30 Sunday night. We spotted investigators searching Ryan Harris Memorial Park for evidence. As you might imagine, the entire community is now rallying around the victim's family and demanding justice. And that includes 6th Ward Alderman William Hall, friend of the streamer. Alderman, you were out there just last night. We appreciate your time this morning. Tell us, what's the pulse of the community, and what pulled you out of your house last night to go to the scene and to get involved and to make that emotional plea that was palpable?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me, and thank you for this moment to speak to this issue that we're dealing with. And the issue is simply a community that is tired and outraged at the same time. Once again, we see that children's lives do not matter. It's a difficult reality, but it's something that we are hoping to change in the near and now future. And so what you have are those who are concerned on the ground, getting information. I want to say, express my thanks to Andrew Holmes, Daryl Smith, and so many others who are right now, again, having the conversations to try to put the pieces of the puzzle together. ShotSpotter was the indicator that something went wrong. And so with that alert is where all eyes and then begin to look in this direction. And we found and we discovered what we didn't want to see. And so, again, we have a community that is tired. We have a police superintendent that, to be honest with you, I love the morale and the methods that he's beginning to set forward in just 3 weeks on the job. And so in communication with his office, along with the 7th District, under great leadership of Commander Courts, this is what it takes. It takes community. It takes those who care, along with our police officers, to work together. And we're seeing that right now.
And you said something obviously very frustratingly to begin that soundbite. You said, children's lives don't matter. People are tired of that. You also named some tireless community advocates in there. $15,000 reward out of the gate, which is significant. That says something to people. It usually says, and my sources have told me, they believe someone knows something. And you know that's the case, being a product of Chicago neighborhoods. And someone needs to come forward, right? Is that the message you believe needs to be sent out in this case immediately?
Well, the reason why these rewards are so significant is because in communities where kids are being shot and killed, this unfortunately is relief, because there's no jobs.
Right.
We're talking about if we did a aerial view, we're looking at a part of Chicago where there's no grocery stores. We're looking at a part of Chicago where there's little to no access to quality health care. We're looking at a part of Chicago where schools are shut down. And now we're looking at a part of Chicago in which the question now becomes, will it be invested in the midst of the humanitarian asylum seeking crisis? And so what we have to continue to remember is that a reward is not enough to take away the sorrow and pain of this family, but $15,000 is not enough. But what I will say is someone knows where that shooter is. Someone is harboring that shooter. Someone is allowing that shooter to sleep in their house. Someone is allowing that shooter to go to and from. And we need a no snitch culture to be a norm. We need to turn these criminals in. And that's why, again, Superintendent Snelling is changing the method as well as the morale, because no way in the world should we allow children's blood to be the norm in our streets. And we've created a code of silence because simply this, when you don't know who to go to, and when you don't know where the help will come from and you're afraid of retaliation, you'd rather keep the pain to yourself. And so $15,000, again, is to get someone to take a cup of courage. But again, let's take the culture away that is creating these asylum, these hubs for these criminals.
Right. And of course, obviously, for a long time, afraid to talk to police because you're simply afraid of the police, if you will. Final message here. What do you have you spoken with a family? What do you know about the little boy? Anything you know more about the circumstances? Of course, you're talking about what you said. You're describing. If you were to take a drone to this area, it would be a desert, a food desert, a job desert, a place where there is remarkable need. Take a moment on that.
Yeah, so the family and we're going to soon begin to wrap our arms around. We want to give space to both the police to further their investigation and for this family to begin to put the pieces together to bury this innocent child. One thing I do know is that child did not go to school. What I do know is that that child will not have a 13-year-old birthday. And what I do know is that Thanksgiving and Christmas will not be the same for this family. And so that's the pain that we've seen in Chicago, and it has to begin to stop. When are we going to get to the point where we care? But in addition to caring, we have to change the norms of these neighborhoods in which these violent acts are taking place. And so what I'm putting forth is a think tank. We're going to begin to think through and also work through the policies and the direct investment needed to prevent such an violence, economic violence, educational violence, as well as a healthcare violence. These are the three components that continue to be absent, which create and harbor environments in which the number one economy is drugs. These corners are $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 a week. And so what people are fighting for is to maintain a drug economy. What people are fighting through is a mental dilapidation that comes when you don't have mental health clinics. Right now, we're dealing with a mental health clinic that is under distress because of Howard Brown and the practices that they have within their operation of care. So you don't have health clinics for mental. You don't have hospitals to get care. You don't have jobs. You turn to the drug economy. And kids are constantly involved in crossfire, unnecessary drive-bys while people try to maintain the drug economy instead of their presence. That means love and support that's needed in order to raise families and neighborhoods.
Or in too many cases, little kids being used by adults in some way in the drug trade. Alderman Hall, William Hall, 6th Ward, this is your neighborhood, your emotions real and raw. We appreciate you joining us today on CBS News Chicago. Keep us posted, and we will see you again here soon.
Indeed. Thank you for this time. Thank you.